Welcome to the second part of events that shook Nollywood. On Monday, 17 December 2012, Nollywood actress Nkiru Sylvanus and former Mr. Nigeria Kenneth Okolie were kidnapped in Owerri while filming a PR project for the government. The kidnappers instantly demanded a 100 million ransom for her release, or else, as they threatened, they will impregnate her. It was with outrage and shock that Nollywood received the news. At that time, Nkiru was working as a public affairs assistant to the governor of Imo State. All hands immediately went on deck and she finally regained her freedom on Thursday, 20th December 2012. It was not clear how much was paid for her release. Nkiru will later marry Stanley Duru in 2014. Stanley was formerly married to Oge Okoye and their marriage crashed in 2012. In the beginning, Nkiru Sylvanus and Oge Okoye met Stanley the same day, but it was Nkiru and Stanley that started dating. But Stanley would later marry Oge Okoye. Unfortunately, there are unconfirmed rumors that Nkiru's marriage with Stanley has crashed. On Saturday, 12th August 2016, Nollywood actress and producer Chioma Okoye was mercilessly beaten by thugs led by a lady at her home. 2 years before the incident, this lady and Chioma's late friend Uju came seeking Chioma's help to tell her story through a movie. Although Chioma offered to pay her for the story, she declined, saying she was too big to be paid a fee, that she just wanted the world to hear her story. Her story was that her husband was sleeping with her daughter. Despite all she has done to stop it, her husband would not stop. Chioma turned that story into Lagos Men, a TV series about the sufferings of people in their daily lives. After the beating, Chioma was unlawfully detained by the police and was threatened to take down the series and receive 3 million naira in compensation. It seems it worked because these series are no longer available online. This one looks like a movie script, but it happened. On 5th January 2005, Nollywood was rocked by surprise and sadness when actress Rabah Ismail was sentenced to death by hanging by the Kano State High Court, having been accused of drugging and drowning his boyfriend in a dam in order to take over his property. She appealed all the way to the Supreme Court, and in July 2011, it returned a guilty verdict. After 6 months of the Supreme Court decision, the actress surprisingly escaped from Hadija prison where she was being held. In 2017, after 6 years on the run, her freedom was cut short when security agencies recaptured her. She is still in prison waiting for the hangman. On February 26, 2006, Nollywood actress Ibinabo Fiberisima was involved in a ghastly car accident along the Lekki-Epe Expressway. According to her, a car suddenly braked in front of her after overtaking her. She wrongly and defensively swerved to avoid the car, but lost control and had a head-on collision with Dr. Giwa's car coming in the opposite direction. Dr. Giwa lost his life in the accident and Ibinabo passed out and was arrested in the hospital. She was later convicted by the court in 2009 and sentenced to 5 years in prison. She would later be granted bail after she appealed the judgment, but in a twist, another court upheld the sentence and sent her to Kirikiri prison. She would later be bailed after paying 2 million naira. It has been rumored that she was drunk on the day of the accident, but the former beauty queen has insisted that she was not drunk. Nollywood actress Hassanat Taiwo Akinwode, who has acted in many movies, most especially the ones that teach morality, was caught doing something immoral. On September 19, 2006, Hassanat was caught at the Murtala Mohammed Airport, Lagos, with high-quality cocaine weighing 1.2 kilograms. She had ingested them before arriving at the airport to board a Virgin Atlantic flight to London. Hassanat secreted 92 wraps of cocaine and was later charged to court for drug smuggling. She pleaded not guilty, but was later convicted to 3 years in prison with an option of 1 million naira fine. She served 2 years in prison. The news sent shockwaves throughout the entertainment industry, with most of her fans expressing their disappointment. Sales of her movies quickly jumped as people who didn't know her wanted to catch a glimpse, although she was initially suspended from acting by the Theatre Practitioners Association. Hassanat, who is popularly known as Yetunde Wumi, is back with a bang, and she recently celebrated her 60th birthday. Still on drugs, but this one was a false alert. On October 12, 2011, Nollywood comedian Babatunde Omedina aka Babasue was arrested at the airport after the scanning machine gave a false alert. He denied swallowing any hard drugs, but as usual, no one listened to him. They felt the machine was infallible and threw him in detention. The uproar was massive considering his popularity in Nollywood. After 3 weeks of being detained and observed, the court freed him because no drug was detected in him. He later sued the government for damages and won 25 million naira, but another court would later overturn the judgment on appeal. Babatunde is no longer active in Nollywood after suffering from fallouts of diabetes, which he attributes to his detention in jail. On 23rd March 2007, Nollywood actor Uche Odopota was arrested for drug trafficking while trying to board a flight to London at the Murtala Mohammed Airport, Lagos. He will go on to spend 2 years and 3 months in prison. Coming out of prison, Uche said that he is now a changed person and totally regrets his action. Also, he listed Amaki Igwe and John Okafor, aka Mr. Ibu, as the people who helped him in prison. Amaki Igwe also taught him how to direct movies free of charge. Since coming out of prison, Uche has since starred in movies like Brothers War, Eyes of the Eagle, and so many others. On Monday, April 28, 2014, Nollywood lost a matriarch. Highly celebrated for her works on television and film, which include Checkmate, arguably the best Nigerian soap opera. She created the Fuji House of Commotion, which made waves in the early 2000s. On that day that death came calling, she was on duty creating her new soap opera when she had an asthma attack. This time, her inhaler wasn't effective. She was rushed to hospital. Unfortunately, the doctors were on strike. First hospital, second hospital, then on the way to the third hospital, she died. Her husband blamed the striking doctors for her death. Amaki Igwe died doing what she loved doing. On June 13, 2014, Nollywood stood still as she was laid to rest.
I have the honor and the pleasure to present to you Mr. and Mrs.
On June 25, 2016, Kalu Ikagu, the then oldest bachelor in Nollywood, finally got married at the age of 44. The star-studded event was held in Enugu and it was a roll call of Nollywood A-listers. People wanted to witness him bow out of his loved bachelorhood. According to Ikagu, he had been under immense pressure from family and colleagues to settle down. He met Ijeoma Eze in a movie set and quickly discovered that he would be his wife. Kalu, who became popular during his days in the Tinsel TV series, has featured in over 200 Nollywood movies. Chinedu Ikedieze's traditional wedding ceremony in November 26, 2011 shut down many businesses in Imo State and had 3 governors in attendance. All the who is who in Nollywood, including musicians, graced the occasion. It didn't stop there. On 11th December of the same year, Chinedu Ikedieze and his bride, Nneoma, did their white wedding in Lagos and the following day held a reception in Ikoyi. It was a star-studded event and it rained dollars and naira. In late 2012, Nollywood was rocked with rumors that veteran Nollywood actress Ngozi Nwosu was HIV positive. Instead of debunking the rumor, Ngozi went into hiding, ashamed of what people were saying about her. It was until her heart and kidney disease became very serious that she announced that she needed 6 million naira for a treatment in London. Friends and associates, including Amaki Igwe, rallied round and raised 2 million, while the then Lagos State Governor, Babatunde Fashola, gave her 4.5 million naira. She returned a rejuvenated and healthy Ngozi after a few months and quickly joined her colleagues in the Fuji House of Commotion. Thanks for watching.